If texture and dimension are what you crave for your next project, the Alpine stitch is definitely worth learning. And although it might look like an intimidating stitch, it's actually quite doable, even if you're kind of new to crochet. You can use any weight or fiber yarn with this stitch. I personally love the look of roving yarn like Patons Alpaca blend, so that's what I'm working with this time around. Whatever yarn you choose, make sure you pick a hook size that coordinates. If you're not really sure where to start with that, just check the label for guidance. No matter what project you set out to make with this stitch, you'll need to start off with an even number of chains. If you're just practicing, 20 chains is a good place to start. The Alpine stitch always starts with a few setup rows, the first of which is a single crochet row. So flip your chain over and insert your hook in the second chain from the hook and single crochet there. Then continue with a single crochet in every stitch. At the end of the row, you'll have one less stitch than the number of chains you started with. From here, chain 3 and turn your work. We'll count this chain as a stitch, so go ahead and make your next double crochet here. And that's all there is to this row. Make a double crochet in every stitch. We have one more setup row to go. Chain 1, turn, and this time we won't count the chain 1 as a stitch, which means you should work your first single crochet here. And continue with a single crochet in every stitch. But remember, on the previous row we counted the chain 3 as a double crochet, right? So your last stitch will be worked in the third chain. If you skip this, your stitch count will decrease and the rest of the pattern won't really work out. Now we get to the fun part. Chain 2 and turn, and we will count this chain as a stitch. So find the first double crochet from 2 rows below, wrap the yarn around your hook, and place your hook behind that stitch. And make a double crochet. This is called a front post double crochet, and we'll use it quite a bit throughout the stitch pattern. So if it's feeling a little weird and awkward, you'll get tons of practice. From here, make a double crochet in the next single crochet. And you'll know you're on the right track if you look at the top of your work and you see a skipped single crochet. Then make a front post double crochet in the next stitch over. And keep going with that repeat until the end of the row. For the next row, chain 1 and turn, again not counting that chain as a stitch, and single crochet in every stitch. So from now on, something to keep in mind is the chain 1 on these rows will never count as a stitch, but your chain 2s will. So you'll always work your last single crochet of the row in the second chain. As this starts to take shape a little bit, you can start to see one of the Alpine stitch's qualities. It's not reversible. It looks quite a bit different on the back side than it does the front, so when planning a project with a stitch, just keep that in mind. It'll work best with projects like blankets or bags, rugs or clothing, projects where only one side will show. From here, chain 2 and turn. And make a double crochet in the next stitch. This way we have 2 double crochets at the beginning, and then find the skipped double crochet from 2 rows below and front post double crochet there. Then double crochet in the next single crochet and repeat. So you're still alternating front post double crochet and regular double crochet stitches like in row 4. This row just starts and ends a little differently. When you complete that last front post double crochet, you'll notice you have 2 more single crochets and you'll make a double crochet in each. By this point, you might notice it want to curl a little bit, and that's completely normal. It'll settle out mostly as the project grows, and even more if you decide to web lock it when you're finished. So chain 1 and turn, and make a single crochet in every stitch. So for the remainder of your project or swatch, repeat rows 3 through 6 until it measures the length you want, ending on an odd numbered row for a flat edge that matches the beginning. So that's the single crochet row, and the wrong side of the work will be facing you. You may even want to take it a step further to match that starting edge. See how it's a little thicker down here? Well, adding another row of single crochet will really help with that. Overall, this stitch pattern lays pretty well, and the sides stay pretty even, but you will notice a bit of curling on the top and the bottom edges. If that really bothers you, most of the time you can correct this with wet blocking. There's no doubt the Alpine stitch is one of my favorites, and I hope this quick tutorial was exactly the inspiration you needed today. I really think you'll enjoy working a project with it. Now, if you need to see written instructions for this stitch, or if you have any questions about the supplies I used here, just check the description box for a link. I have it all spelled out for you there. Want an ad-free experience? How about the ability to enjoy all B.Hooked content before anyone else? Members of my Patreon community not only get to watch all videos completely free of ads, but they also get the PDF for all new patterns. Choose the Insider Preview tier for these perks, or if you really love patterns, choose the Insider Plus tier to unlock an additional 76 classic B.Hooked PDFs, as well as the entire archive of patterns released in 2021. Join my Patreon community today for all of these perks, as well as customized pattern support if you need it. You can cancel at any time if your financial situation changes, or if you simply change your mind. Links in the description below. If you're new around here, I'd love to keep inspiring you to make something that makes you happy, so hit the subscribe button so I can see you back for the next one. And if you're not new around here, thank you. Thank you for your continued support watching, being subscribed, by liking videos and sharing them with your friends. There's no way I could keep doing what I'm doing without that support. Happy hooking, and I'll see you in the next one.